For more than 95 years, the JCC has served the Salt Lake community, welcoming people of all backgrounds and beliefs. We are a true community center, a home away from home for so many.
I learned how to be a parent here. We all learned together from the early childhood program how to celebrate holidays and what an identity meant. When my husband passed away, it was such a comfort to be surrounded by a community of people who cared about me.
It is where I go to be amongst friends and family. Yeah, not blood relatives, but they are all friends and they are all family.
The JCC is a huge part of my village. So I was a young educator here when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. 2 kids. And without the JCC and the ECC, I would not have been able to stay on the path of my career. I was able to go through the gamut of surgeries and therapies and treatments and still hold my head high and be seen for me as the educator and the person and not the person fighting cancer.
We are home to an NAEYC accredited early childhood program, reputable youth and teen after-school program, bustling Catanton and Bernie Solomon summer camps, and so much more. In March of 2020, our preschool and youth programs were booming, on track to host the busiest camp summer ever. We were weeks away from beginning construction of our capital expansion project. We were thriving.
We, on a Friday, decided to close programming, meaning children's programs, ECC, after school, swim team. I didn't know that was just the beginning. So I don't think I had any basis to compare it to anything.
My staff was the kind that, I was worried about them and how they were going to survive this.
My biggest fears was their fear. They were very concerned and very bewildered themselves, and it's a difficult thing to not know your future. They were deemed essential workers by the World Health Organization. It's the definition of bravery is suiting up and showing up when you're afraid anyway.
The JCC community has always been resilient, adapting with the times and present-day challenges to meet the needs of the individuals and families who not only rely on the JCC, but think of it as their home. We are a community center that strives to be a safe, gathering place where people come to feel welcomed and experience human connection. But how do you continue to do those things during a pandemic that demands you no longer gather? How do you bring back your community when people are scared to be around others? How do you survive as an organization when you can no longer offer the services that sustain you?
We just closed. We had no chance to say goodbye to children. We had no chance to say goodbye to families. We didn't have any closure in the sense that we were able to have those conversations to say, we're still here for you, we're still available. But our biggest challenge was how were we going to get back open?
I kept thinking, is this it? Or are we just going to be done with this place? I couldn't make sense of that. And I really, it was almost a paralyzing fear that I just really didn't know what to do next to make sure that I could pay everybody and that the JCC would continue to exist.
At the beginning, we were terrified of masks. Are kids going to hate this? Are they going to be able to do this? And they showed us that they were way tougher than the adults were bickering about it, and the kids were fine. They just wanted to be here. They just wanted to hang out with each other and play and, do summer.
The need to change as the world changes has been a constant at the JCC, and we are proud of how we continued to serve the community during a time of extreme challenges, reinventing how to serve our members safely and building back programs to support the community. We could not have made it through the last year without your unyielding support. The JCC is still here because of you.
So proud. Seriously, we feel so proud of ourselves. We worked so hard. The early childhood educators here outdid themselves. I just feel like the teamwork and the focus and the drive and the passion all just came together, and I'm gonna get a little emotional. It was an amazing year. We were really lucky.
I've learned that we have some incredible staff here at the J that will work through their fears no matter what.
I've learned what is possible when people come together and support each other through a very scary time. People were terrified to come back, to continue to do their jobs much as they knew they needed them. And just sort of all of us holding each other's hand and supporting each other. We did it.
Everyone has been without a playbook for the duration of the pandemic, and now we're going into a future where being playbook-less is actually an opportunity. And so I've learned that not having a script doesn't have to be terrifying, it can be free.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sustaining us. When you raise your paddle, you raise us up.